Hey, Trevino and Richard Cavazos here with Pride Floors again. So a few weeks ago, we started this demolition project where I introduced my friend Brian Hankins to you guys. Now we're actually doing the build back, and I'm super excited to show you guys what we're putting in. A lot of times people want to have that wow effect, right? And one of the ways you can get that on your flooring is by putting a herringbone wood floor. Now we're actually coming in with a product from Tuftex, which is a walnut, natural color. And what this does, it really gives you a real neutral kind of palette on your floor, but it gives you a big design, right? That just gives you that wow effect. That's actually something, if you want to make a statement, you know, especially if you have a nice house and you have large areas, this is where you can come in with a product like this. Now, this type of flooring is challenging to install. Not everybody can do it. Now, one of the challenges with these particular floors is it does take a little bit longer to install. It's not like a traditional long planks that you come in with and maybe knock out in a few days. These are a lot shorter planks. You have to kind of do that design, especially in the herringbone. There's a technique to it, if you will, and it does take longer, but once it's done, oh my gosh, it is an amazing flooring. I'm just excited for you guys to be able to see the finished product, see some of the progress that these guys have been doing here the past couple days. So I want to introduce you to the A-team, David Trevino here and Roger Gomez, which is back there working like always. So they've been with me for over, gosh, 25 years at least, right? Roger, the master, David, who was a student, but he is the master as well. But tell me a bit about how hard it is to do a herringbone pattern.
The hardest part about doing a herringbone is starting off first, making sure your line is straight, making sure that way the pattern comes out good. It's like putting a puzzle together. As far as the end cuts, you know, starting cuts, making sure you're straight, they're nice, clean cuts.
Does it usually take longer to do a pattern like this as opposed to like a traditional plank?
Yes, it does. It takes longer for the fact that
twice as longer, you think?
Twice as longer for the fact that, you know, like I said, make sure you're coming out straight, a straight line. You're not coming out crooked, because just a little bit crooked would mess up the whole floor.
Well, that's why it's important to have an experienced crew doing the floor like this, because a lot of times the inexperienced crews will come in, start putting down glue, plopping down planks, and the big investment that the customers made on the flooring, all of a sudden the floor doesn't look good because it's not done right. So you definitely want to take your time with it. It's a meticulous process, and having the right people, these guys, I always say you're only as good as your team, as the guys that do the work. These guys are the ones that deserve all the credit, to be honest with you, at the end of the day. If you have the right people in place, you're assured to at least have a good finished product so the customer is happy. So what's really cool about this particular project is that we actually have an opportunity to do this herringbone throughout the whole main part of the first floor, right? So a lot of times when a client says, hey, do you do pattern flooring? They'll only want it maybe for an entrance, right? Just a small area where they want to kind of showcase the area right when you know, guests come in or whoever comes in. But it's really cool, at least in this case, we have an opportunity to do basically the whole downstairs flooring, which is going to be really cool looking when it's all done. I think this type of pattern, it doesn't look busy, it just gives it a nice wow effect. And I think once you see it throughout the whole house, you'll really get to appreciate it. And I think that's what most customers want, right? Something that kind of stands out, that looks good, and that'll just really kind of add that value to that investment that they purchased, right, with the flooring. So part of the reason as to why I want to do these types of videos is to show our customers kind of what that process looks like. And doing a floor like this, right? The pattern floors like a herringbone, the chevron, they take more time. They don't just go in and out. You have to have an experienced team. You have to know that's gonna be more of an investment, but the end result is fabulous, right? It's something that's gonna, again, have that wow effect. So I'm just excited to show you guys this particular process of where we're at, and we'll come back later and show you what the finished project looks like at the end of the day. So obviously, if you need any flooring that has any patterns, come see us at Pride Floors. Y'all have a good day.